Hello and welcome to my new channel. This is my first time starting a channel on my own, and I'm just going to see how it goes. So today we have a Space Engineers mod review, and I got 4 mods that I thought were a little bit less known than other ones, especially this first one will be on. And let's begin. So first thing you see in front of you is this looks like a space station, and what's interesting is if you notice we got round blocks, and you can't have that in Space Engineers. Well, there's a mod called the NASA Blocks mod, and now you can. So this is pretty interesting. You could make a realistic International Space Station or mirror or something. So this beacon is not part of it. What we got first is these battery blocks. Tried to make them more realistic. These scaffolding blocks, which resemble an uncompleted light armor, but they are not. Solar panel holders. They're new solar panels. These look pretty cool. We've got more solar panels over here, and I just designed this really fast. This is a refinery, so we can access it out here, or we can access it inside, and there's also one that's covered up over here. And then here we have another refinery hatch. This is a special conveyor, see it's curved. We've got an adapter block, and this is a large storage, and I have covered up most of the entrances with these steel plates, also for the mod, and here's the large storage entrance. So you can get inside. Large storage, there's the connected refinery. And there was a lot of detail put into these adapter blocks. Look, it's pretty interesting, the bolts. Although not as much detail into the modules, which I thought was kind of strange. But anyway, this is where the living spaces would be for the astronauts if this was for a realistic space station. They sadly have not added an airlock yet. I was hoping for that, and I did not use the docking tubes mod. But hopefully they will add that in the future, and I've also heard they're working on adding rocket engines, so we'll see the inside. I built this airlock using the standard blocks. There's just a green light. And this square interior is made by the thick module blocks, and then inside we have a rounded out one. This would be the interior, and it's pretty barren. You'll notice that. That's because I couldn't place interior lights or anything because of the rounded blocks. The game considers that there's just this one square down the middle, so I could have maybe a floating light, but I didn't want that. So anyway, from in here you can access the refinery and also the large storage. So I am hoping that the creator puts a little more detail into the sides of the habitation blocks, which would what we're in now. But other than that, it's a very nice mod, and it is well needed because anyone who's tried to make realistic spacecraft or space stations and Space Engineers knows it's pretty difficult. Like, I will show you something I attempted to make. This was my try to make the Tiangong 1, probably pronounced that completely wrong. It's the Chinese small space station, and this is what it looked like before I got this mod. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty blocky. I mean, you look much better with these blocks. And this doesn't actually look anything like the real one because of the limitations of Space Engineers. And I also had a docking tube mod that I don't have in right now. But this is what it would have looked like with this. Now, hopefully, when the modder creates maybe some more hatches, some smaller tubes that we can combine so that you can move between modules, I can modify this so that it actually looks realistic. So that's the first mod, and I think it's a very good addition, and I'm looking forward to anything else the modder comes up with. So now we're going to move on to 2 more mods, which I have, where is it? On this small ship. So the first one we've got is a little bit of an older mod. The NASA blocks was new, but right here we have maneuvering thrusters, and these are half the power of, here's a small thruster, half the power of a small thruster, except they just look really cool. Look at this, and they're flat, they're one block. So there's sloped ones, flat ones. You can stick these everywhere. They behave kind of like retro rockets. You can have smaller thrusters, just compact, hide them in there, just returning your ship, maybe moving to the side a little bit slower. I think it's very cool. And then I've got a couple more on the front. Yeah. So we can see how it flies. This is a very small ship, so it's not going to have very much mass, but this is forward. And then we've got, see, there we go, the side thrusters, down, up, and then backwards. So I think this is a very cool mod, and I'm definitely going to be using it in my survival games. So you might have noticed the giant guns on the front of this ship. That is the third mod. It's called the Small Ship Sniper Rifle, and they are They were released very recently with the added mod support for weapons. So, this is very interesting. So normally we only have the rocket launcher and the Gatling gun, and of course there's the automatic variant of the rocket launcher, but those are the basics. So now we have these very large weapons. They're much larger, and as you can see, there's ammo hatches on the side. And here's how they work. So I'll just fire on my Chinese space station. Oh well. So I'll turn off inertial dampener so we can see this. They have a lot of recoil. So you see, you fire and you start drifting away, and it makes your ship kind of fly up. And they do a lot of damage. Like, look, down. Solar panel's just gone. We can shoot the antenna off. Oh, I actually missed. Anyway, they have a kind of long reload time. You can't just hold down and keep firing. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 5-second delay between shooting. And for some reason there's no sound. But it's very effective at... if you wanted to use this, say, capturing an NPC ship, cargo ship, it'd be very effective at shooting off a turret. So we can come over to this one, and you see you take a shot, and you could be long range, boom, it's gone. So now, and this does a little less damage than a rocket would, so normally when I'm capturing NPC ships in a survival game, I have to use a rocket, and it works, but the rocket also has a curve if you don't fire it right, so you have to kind of angle it. And also, the rocket is going to do a lot more collateral damage, so if I could just pop that turret off just up here, we wouldn't have any damage. I don't know why this wreckage is here, I'll just take a shot at it, show you, see? Take out that thruster. So very interesting weapons, and I'm looking forward for survival support. Sadly, I do not think they have it yet, because I'm not sure what kind of ammo it takes, and I remember reading they did not have it, but hopefully soon they do, and I'm looking forward to using that. So our last mod over here, we have the laser turret. It's by Darth Biomech, I believe. So this is really interesting, and when I first saw this, the description said that it was meant to be a high energy, low damage weapon, and it would have been really good for taking out meteors and stuff, and you can see the texture is really well done. Look at all the details. And I was looking forward to trying this out, because I thought, maybe I can use this on the survival server later. So I decided to control it because I didn't have any meteors on this map. So let's get in the seat. We take control. And the first thing I noticed was this. It's not a very helpful visual when you take this out. So you kind of have to fire to even see where your bullets are going. And then I realized, look at this. It's a Gatling gun. Right now it doesn't actually have the laser functionality. It's just a Gatling gun. As you can see, it fires bullets. And yeah, it just works exactly like a Gatling gun, except it's a lot harder to see out of. So I think what was intended was that they were going to add the laser functionality later, and it just looks really cool. So if you want to use this on a survival server, I would recommend using this for automatic turrets. If you want one that you have to manually fire, I would use the normal one. But this looks just a lot better than an ordinary Gatling gun. I mean, look at it. And hopefully, when it's updated, you can have a really long-range laser turret that you can use to take out meteors without wasting ammo, and you can just use energy from a reactor. So, that's pretty cool. And that's it for today. We got 4 mods, hopefully a little lesser known, especially the NASA Blocks one is pretty new. I will be posting the links in the description, and you can also see the authors there. I did not make any of these mods, and I'm not claiming that I did. So, as you can see, this is a brand new channel, and there might not even be any subscribers when you get here. This is my first video. So, if you liked this, please do subscribe, because I need to know if it's worth making these videos. If no one's watching them, then I'm not going to make them. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to make a couple videos, and if you want to see more, if you like Space Engineers videos and mod reviews, and I'm going to be doing a survival episodes later, then please subscribe so I can see there's interest, and then I can continue. So, thanks for watching, and I will probably be back later today with a survival episode for the first one. So, see you next time.